is Vina, aka Miss WOC Reader, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to my vlog of sorts. So I'm just trying to get myself together because we are almost halfway through the month and I feel like I've been doing nothing. It's been a heavy couple of last 2 months, just on the job hunt and the ups and downs of that, and this economy is just crazy. And I'm getting down to the time where I'm starting to get those emails now you are almost exhausted out of your unemployment, and I'm but I'm still looking. I was getting interviews and then it kind of stopped, and then I'm starting to get interviews again, so fingers crossed that I get something. And then I was feeling a little bit semi-burnt out of just content because I was putting a lot of my effort into content. So I was getting up every day and I'm trying to make these videos and trying to read these books, and then I just wasn't vibing with a lot of what I was reading. So now I'm just trying to get back in the swing of things. May, I decided to just put job hunting on the back burner because I'm I've been putting all this effort into it for the last month and not getting anything. Let me just take some time to focus on me and do a little bit of traveling. So for the past year, I kept seeing signs go to Chicago, go to Chicago. And I'm oh, eventually I'll go, eventually I'll go. And then I saw a tweet that, one of those just random tweets where people talk about every state they've traveled to, or every region they've traveled to within the US. And I could only mark off a few of those, and I'm you know what, I'm going to Chicago. Everybody is saying spring is the perfect time to go to Chicago, and I'm even though I know people who are there, I'm not even going to meet up with anybody. I'm just going to go have a touristy experience, stay near walking distance of everything, and have a good time. And that's exactly what I did. It was my first solo flight, which was good preparation for my Jamaica trip later that month. But it was my first solo flight, so I had to navigate the airport by myself. I even arranged for transportation to get to the airport by myself, since I don't live close to an airport. And I was able to just explore the city on my own. I've been trying to do more solo travel in the past year, just because with everything that's going on and then losing my dad and stuff, I'm realizing that life is too short to just think about the what ifs and keep pushing stuff off. Sometimes you just need to take the plunge and go. And for years I was just focused on work and reading and making money and taking care of my family. So now I'm kind of doing stuff for me, especially since I'm at this weird stage where you work for so many years and then it basically feels like you have to start over. So anyway, I'm rambling, but I've been back from Jamaica for a week now. A lot of you guys have been asking me about how Jamaica was. It was amazing. I did post a little video in my short section with clips from the reading retreat. If you were following me on Instagram, I posted some stuff there. On Twitter, I posted some stuff there. And I do have a lot more footage, so you might see some stuff in the future, to be honest. And if you follow Book of Sins, she posted a lot about it too, including daily videos. I was there, and on day one, I'm just I'm not going to be able to do a long vlog or do stuff daily. It's because we were having a good time. We were doing so much, and I was meeting new people. I was able to talk to different people because we had women coming from all over. Some of us came from came out of New York. We had a girl who came from Boston. We had women who came from Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada. It was a decent sized group, and we were able to just have some really good conversation and talk about the space that we are in life, because we're all in kind of similar spaces. And it was something really refreshing that I really needed. But now I'm back and I'm trying to get myself organized and get back to business. Originally I had stated that I wanted to get my book, the first draft, finished by the end of spring. That's probably not going to happen. And I'm okay with that. I've accepted that because I had to take a little bit of a break the past month and just step away from it for a moment. Before the stuff on Jamaica, I do just want to show you some of the cool stuff that I got. So Cindy did blind date with the book, so we all got a book. This is the book that I ended up with because we did some trades and stuff. So I have The Human Origins of Beatrice Porter and Other Essential Ghosts by Soraya Palmer. And so that was interesting. Soraya Palmer was born and raised in Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York, with roots in Trinidad and Jamaica. So there's just a little bit about that author. Very curious to hear just like what this story is about. It wasn't really, I think I had seen the cover before, but it wasn't like on my radar. She also gave us this little cute bookmark that says thank you, and it has Book of Sins, and it has like some favorite books on it, including one of my faves, The God of Good Looks. So love that. She also gave us like a tote bag full of stuff just to welcome us. So I have this really pretty tote. I love a tote. So I love this. And it just has her emblem, Caribbean girl reading the world. She gave us a cup too. I just don't have the cup with me right now because it needs to be washed. And this bookmark right here. So this one says, let me pause right here. Book of Sins, Jamaica 2024. She gave us some jewelry. This is from Aya Styler. And she is a Trinidadian artist. So I love stuff like that because I just love supporting small businesses. And that looks like everybody got a necklace that looks like this. I thought that was lovely. It'll definitely get some wear because I'm like a minimalist jewelry type of person. So a lot of times when I'm going out, it'll just be like an earring and probably like a hoop because on an everyday basis I do studs, and this like a nice necklace. I have this candle from Immortelle Beauty. It's scented as Break Beach. This one is really nice. It has like a coconutty, sunscreen-y smell. I am a candle enthusiast. I love candles. I actually haven't been burning candles as much as I used to before. So I'm actually trying to get back into that again because it used to just bring me some peace. And I have to find where I put the artwork, but we did a collage workshop with artist Natasha Cunningham. She is an amazing artist and very humble too because she's like, I do book covers, y'all. She did this book cover right here that I love. This cover that got everybody talking about this book. This is her work. And she's done so many others because she did that whole one Amazon series. So she also gave us these beautiful bookmarks she designed. And a Jamaican postcard. I love having like postcards as souvenirs. And then the last things I got from the trip is, this is a book that my roommate on the retreat wrote herself. Her name is Alyssa Brzezinski, and this is illustrated by Elizabeth Lander. It's called Good Boy Milo. I will link it in the description box below. She is from Grenada. I, of course, had to buy a copy. You guys know I love supporting Caribbean authors in general, and then for picture books, I love supporting indie authors. I just find that they are really writing some of the stories that we need to see. So, of course, I had to buy a copy, and I can't wait to read this one with the children. And then let's talk about what I've been reading. I started some books on the retreat, even though I didn't get a whole lot of reading done. Like, y'all, go check the short if you didn't already. We were having a time. So I did a little bit of reading on the retreat. So I started Until I Met You by Amber Rose Gill. And I had also been reading a little bit of It Waits in the Forest by Sarah Das. These two I need to hurry up and finish. I'm trying to finish within the next 2 days. I am furthest in It Waits in the Forest, so I think I will end up finishing this one today. I have to run out and do some I have to run some food to my uncle quick, and then I'm probably going to do like a couple other things. And so after I get back, I want to sit down and read. But those are like my 2 books that I need to hurry up and finish. Because like we're almost halfway through the month already. And then I read this one this morning. This one is Abola's Library. This was sent to me by author Lisette Norman. I find her books super adorable, and I was really glad that she reached out to me, because I was going to request her publisher send me a copy, because I really just wanted to read it and talk about it on my channel and on my Instagram. And then she actually DM'd me and was like, hey, would you like a copy? And then she mailed me a copy, so shout out to her. And I love this because it is about a boy and his grandmother. They always go to the library every Saturday and read together. She is a former school librarian. So they always love to read under this big oak tree, and basically the tree has to get cut down. And so they decide to convert the stump into a little free library that the community can enjoy. And it's just an ode to libraries and community, which I love. And I love like some of the little subtle details in here, because I've spoken about it before, but we also just need stories where we as Black people can just be. We as Latinx people can just be. We as Caribbean people can just be. So I love that their heritage wasn't at the forefront of the book, because those stories are great too, but it's also great to just have stories where you can recognize like what background they're from, but it's not the main focus. So if you look here, you'll see some stuff around their house, the Dominican flag. You'll see like the little dolls and stuff. I thought those were just super cute nods to their heritage. And as always, I just love seeing more representation of Black boys on page. I had to get up real quick because I had to grab my stack. So I am trying to make a quick little free library run while I have to go drop some food off for my uncle. That way I can just come back and read. So I have this stack right here of books that needs to go. You might have seen these in a previous video, but I have Drawing Dina. This one is just the ARC. So I'm trying to get rid of the ARC because I have a finished copy. Lotus Bloom and the Afro Revolution. This one was like unsolicited to me a while back, and I just never had any urge to pick it up, so like there's no reason for me to hold on to it. I can always read it from the library if necessary. The Lightcasters, the Umber Tales. I decided to offload this just because I don't think I'll ever finish reading, like pick it up the finished copy again. I don't think I'll ever pick up this art copy again, because I have the audiobook of book 1 and 2. So I will just end up like listening to it. Manila Takes Manhattan. If you were paying attention to one of my previous videos where I talked about this one, I had the DNF like after like chapter 1. It just was not hitting for me. The Secret Library. This one I had some issues with. This one is also an ARC. They sent me a finished copy. I don't need 2. Dead Girls Walking. This one was an ARC. I have a finished copy. So I'm going to, take off this makeup first of all, because I was filming a little video for Abola's Library earlier. So I'm going to take off this makeup because I don't need this bull of an eye to walk down the street. And then I'm going to take these books to the little free library, and I have some food to drop off, and then I'm going to come back here and read, and then hopefully do some writing this evening. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. I'm back. So it's been a couple of hours. I did not get any reading done in that couple of hours because I was like scrolling Instagram and I saw everybody talking about Read Caribbean, and I guess this week we're highlighting Haitian books, and I was feeling left out, so I ended up perusing my shelves, and I did find a couple of Haitian books. Like, I've read more than a couple, but I knew I did not have a lot of them handy because a couple I gave away, and a couple I only had like Kindle version. So I was able to find that too and take some pictures, but then I'm like, I want to do more. I want to talk about more books. I ended up filming 3 reels in a row, and people don't realize reels take time. Like, even though they're only a couple of seconds, like, you have to stage them right, you have to cut apart the clips, you got to get your piles together. Like, they take time. So I ended up making 3 reels in a row for Read Caribbean Month, which was very important. Like, at first I was saying, oh my gosh, I don't have books to rack for Read Caribbean Month. I haven't read enough just because there's some on my shelf that have been sitting there for a couple of years now, which I do need to read. But then as I was going through my shelves, I'm like, no, I have so many by so many authors, both living on the island, on those main countries, and who are from the diaspora. So I wanted to highlight some of those, and I ended up doing 2 reels just with like books in a row. And then another reel that was just talking about Caribbean heritage and how it presents itself in other countries. And so I got that done, and now I need to sit down and I need to actually do some reading. So I'm gonna go ahead now and try and get some reading done this afternoon and hopefully finish a book. Hey everyone, I am back and it is the next morning. It's kind of cloudy out, but I feel like it's cloudy every single day for the past few months on end. And I don't know if it's like a symptom of global warming. It's just like always cloudy all the time now. Like, I used to get great lighting in this room, and the light used to be shining through really bright in the morning, like around this time, and now I can't get good lighting in the morning. I can't get good lighting during the day. Like I said, the forecast is always for cloudy weather. And the best lighting that I get is outside of the house when I'm traveling, and I can't always be traveling. That's such the gripes of being a booktuber. I was listening to podcasts earlier, and it just has so many ideas flowing for different videos I'm going to do. So I'm going to sit down and film a video next, bad lighting and all. And I was able to finish It Waits in the Forest yesterday. I finished it around like 10 o'clock at night, so I'm super proud of myself. It's actually a really good book. I really enjoyed the ending and just like the twist. It wasn't my favorite Sarah Das. I still prefer When the Vibe Is Right. I just think that was like her perfect lane, that one. But she managed to have some like good spookiness and creepiness. It didn't have me like on the absolute edge of my seat like I expected from the way everybody was talking. But it was still a good story. I'm still hoping she kind of eventually sits down and moves into the adult space, because I feel like all her characters to an extent just read a little bit older than teenagers, and I think it would be cool to see what she does in adult, because she'd have more wiggle room to really like stretch herself. Now, from watching these podcasts and stuff, I have like all these ideas flowing in my head for a video. So I was sitting down trying to draft out what I wanted to say, because I do, when I'm having certain discussions, try to make some talking points just to keep myself on track so I'm not rambling or anything. So I was doing that, and I wanted to come back on and finish out this vlog. It's going to be a short and sweet one. Thank you to everybody who has continued to support my channel and has been watching every video. If you like this video, make sure and hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!